Hey there, Aries. Welcome to this reading, which I have lovingly dubbed as your mid-year reality check. So if you're watching this, I'm going to assume that you're going to be, okay with a little bit of tough love, okay? And everyone needs just a little bit every now and then. And this is actually something I just did for myself recently as well. I needed a little bit of tough love in a situation, and tarot did not hold back, right? And I think halfway through the year is a good time for this. So kind of the rundown is we're going to be looking at what you want right now, but what the reality actually is for you. And then we're going to see what kind of mistaken conclusions you've come to based on your wants and the reality. Okay, I'm also going to look at the energy that is propelling you forward and then get you some advice to see how we can rearrange as necessary, if that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, mid-year reality check. This is going to be some tough love. If you feel like you want to tap out right now, I will not judge you. I won't, because sometimes we are not able to handle tough love, right? Sometimes we just need love. So take this as it resonates. Take whatever you need, leave whatever you don't. But yeah, I have no intention of really holding back here, just so you're aware. Okay, so I'm just going to lay some stuff out. Okay, so now I am taking the middle and bottom card as I usually do. Your middle card here was Strength, which is a really good energy to have you moving, right? That, like, to have be the driving force. The bottom of the deck was the Sun. So I really like these two in conjunction with one another. It tells me that despite any misconceptions or whatever, what you're actually aiming for here is just to be happy. Probably some clarity, and what's pushing that forward is you found a sense of self-worth. You have really been persevering, and you just know that I want to be happy. That's all I want. I just want to be happy. I want to be clear on things, and that's good. That is a good energy. So what we have here, this card here is your wants, Queen of Wands. It's saying to me that you want to be more like the Queen of Wands. You want to be more creative. You want to be a little bit more charismatic. You want to be a little more alluring, right? You want to feel as though you can manifest whatever it is that you want, right? And that's good. I think that's a good want to have. Now, the reality of the situation here is Three of Wands. You're more kind of waiting, right? There's more of a sense of, well, when's the right time to move, you know? It feels more, it feels a little bit, I want to say, like a Hanged Man kind of energy, where you just kind of feel a little stuck. You're waiting for that right moment to move forward. But I'm feeling that there is actually no right time. It's just a matter of you need to get out there, right? In the ocean, the waves are going to keep coming. So if you're waiting for a particular wave, there's nothing to say that it hasn't already passed, or that you'll get to it in time if you're not already in the water. Okay, so now what your wants have kind of mistakenly led you to believe is true is this card, this Temperance. So it's just kind of like, okay, well, I want this. Well, then I need to be patient, right? I need to find some balance. I need to find some harmony, and that's going to change me as a person. This is a mistaken belief. I want to point that out to you. This is kind of what I think the plan that you had for yourself was just, I want to be this Queen of Wands. This is what I want to be, and I'm going to come up with a plan, but I need to be patient because change just doesn't happen overnight, right? So there's something here, like it feels more like this reading is more of a call to action than anything else, you know? But let's see what the reality has given you the wrong impression of. So it's just kind of like your reality is stuck waiting for the right time, the right moment. Like you need to have it before you move. That's what the realities is, and the wrong impression that this is giving you is that you need to be okay with it, right? Is that you need to be okay cutting yourself off and not really letting yourself be upset that you're not reaching this goal. You know, it might also lead you to believe that you need to take advice from someone who maybe isn't giving the best advice, if I'm being completely honest. I don't usually like to see the Queen of Swords in this light, but the energy that I'm getting from this is a little more along the lines of not necessarily having your best interest at heart, more worried about their own. It's just kind of how it's coming through. So it might be that you're asking advice and you're just trying to be like, what have you done in this situation? How have you changed things for yourself? I really admire who you are. What have you done? And this person is just kind of not honest. If I'm going to be honest, I'm going to say that this Queen of Swords is coming out a little bit more reversed than upright. That's just the energy that's coming through. I don't often read reverse cards, but in this case, yeah. And I almost feel like the reality of waiting, the reality of needing to make a next move, has kind of also made you believe that you've become closed off. When I don't think that's the case, I do still feel a hopeful energy here. I really do. And it comes through in the Temperance. So like you're still wanting to be this person, you're still wanting this. But you just think you gotta take your time, it'll come when it needs to come, that kind of thing. But the reality of the situation is it's waiting on you. You know, it's waiting on you. So, but I think you also don't know how to do it, so you're trying to ask for advice, and the advice you're getting maybe isn't the best advice, you know. So the energy propelling you forward here is the Eight of Swords, okay? Really not the best energy, but going by what I see here, I'm not really surprised that you're not really going anywhere at all with that Eight of Swords. It's more of just, oh, I need to not, you know, really engage in this. I need to not, it's just a sense of holding yourself back, because it's saying like, well, now is not the right time. It doesn't feel like the right time, but it is the right time. It is the right time. Mostly because with the Three of Wands, there is no right time. You just have to go. You gotta take that risk. It's kind of like being inspired to go take that wave, get out in the water and see what's out there. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm feeling here. It is still within you to want to be happy, to know that you deserve this, but for some reason there's something holding you back, saying now is not the time, which is really weird. But again, it does also come from this Queen of Swords person who I don't really feel has your best interests at heart. Now, I don't know if this is a family member, like a parent for some of you, or a friend who is maybe a little jealous that I'm picking up on, where it's just kind of like they say they want your best interests and they have them at heart, but they don't actually want to see you leave them, I guess. And they think if you become this person, this person who can manifest whatever they want, this person who is able to create their own reality, that they will suddenly not be a part of that reality. And that scares them. Okay, but they're not expressing this, not at all, with that Queen of Swords. I don't know, maybe you need to have a talk with this person. I don't know. But let's move on to some of your advice, okay? First card here we have is Eight of Wands. This is feeling to me that not only do you need to talk about what it is you want, honestly and openly, but you need to kind of latch on to this idea that you have. And honestly, being the Eight of Wands, it feels more like there's a lot of ideas. It feels to me like you need to start putting stuff in motion. This is a card of movement, quick movement at that. And you need to start trying stuff. You need to start trying to put things in motion, try to move and see where things go, you know? We also have here King of Wands, and this says to me, it's kind of a sense of, if you want, and this is interesting to me because like your aim here is Queen of Wands, but the King of Wands is a little bit like saying act as if, you know, like sure, the king comes after the queen in this, and it's weird. Like, I don't want to say it's the next step, right? To me, the king and the queen are equals, right? But it's also saying to me that I feel the queen has a little bit more spontaneity and a lot more freedom to do things, whereas the king is a little bit more controlled in his efforts, right? He's a little bit more reserved because he's already achieved what he's wanted, okay? So it's almost as saying, pick something and act as if you're already living that life, you know? If you want to write music, if you want to write a book, if you, whatever it is you want to do, like, act as if you've already gotten it, you know? Act as if you've already finished your book and you're planning to market it, right? Act as if you have a full album that you're about to sell to a label, right? Publish yourself. Whatever it is you want to do, it's kind of an act as if feeling. Okay, and your last card of advice here is Ten of Cups, which to me says find happiness in what you already have. Okay, this is also a card of fortune after difficulty, good times after experiencing some hardship. Okay, but to me it's also saying, as this is the only card here that is cups, that you need to let yourself be happy, right? You need to allow yourself to feel what it is you want to feel. And if that's a little bit of frustration that you're not where you want to be right now, that's completely fine. But don't let it consume you, right? Don't let it keep you stuck. Allow it to move you forward. Say, okay, I'm not happy. That's not good enough for me. I need to find things that make me happy. I need to start small and work my way up, right? That's what that's feeling for me. And I'm getting that feeling from the Three of Wands too. Like, start small and work your way up. As long as you get in the water, even if the big wave isn't there yet, there's probably still little waves. Ride them. See where they take you, you know? Because eventually those big waves are going to come, and you're kind of already in that groove of riding these waves. You're going to be prepared for it. Okay? But the fact of the matter is that right now, you're not letting yourself do anything. And that's not helping you at all. So you have these big, lofty goals, and even if there's outside influence here, even if someone's telling you something and you think they have your best interest at heart, and maybe it's helping keep you stuck, stop letting them keep you stuck. Be kind of like, hey, I recognize your concerns. I still really want this. And maybe it's going to be that you need to have an honest sit-down talk with this person as to why they're feeling that way. Or there's something about them that you need to recognize that isn't part of a healthy relationship. That's going to vary from person to person. Use your own personal discretion, because I'm not here to tell you to cut off someone. Not in this anyway. Because I honestly don't see anything that is really like super, super harmful. It's more of a fact of the matter that, and this is going to come out harsh, but again, this is your mid-year reality check, that you're being a little bit of a doormat to this person, is what I'm feeling. More that you really want them to be happy, so you're not letting yourself be happy. Okay? If they really want what's best for you, they will support you and they will help you move forward and they will congratulate you when you're successful. Okay, that's all I'm going with there. But as advice, I really like this. It feels, there's so many wands here. I'm getting a lot of creative energy. And I do like it. I do like it a lot. So I also want to get you an oracle card before I close this out. And that one, I really like it. It kind of surprised me too, the way that it came out. I was just shuffling and then I looked down and then there's this one that's flipped over in the deck. So this is your card, Frog Spirit, clear out the clutter. And I honestly feel like this is a good representation of this reading. Clear out the clutter. Allow yourself to open up to these ideas. Allow yourself to get rid of whatever crap is keeping you stuck, right? Clear that out and you'll be able to look at these ideas, put them into action, act as if you're already successful, and then find your happiness, is what that says to me. So overall, I like this reading. This is up to you. This is up to you to change because tarot's not set in stone. This is advice, okay? So to me, this is like if you want the rest of your year to kind of put you on a happier path, this is your advice, okay? This is where you are. This is your advice. And I do think that your goal is achievable. I absolutely do, because the Strength card here, what's propelling you forward? That sense of, I deserve better, right? That's what's there. It's within you. So act as if. Prove to yourself, right? Because right now it feels like while you're saying this, you're also acting as though you don't, okay? But you do. You absolutely do. All right? So that's what I have for you, Aries. I hope this resonated. If it did, please drop a like down below. It lets me know as a tarot reader I've tapped into your energies, which is super important for me because I do strive to give the most accurate message that I possibly can. I wish you the very best of luck, and I wish you a great rest of your year. Take care.